All right. Hey, good evening, LinkedIn. It's an early show tonight. This is mainly for if you want to win in recruiting with social media. I've done this show before, but I just want to go over some new functions, and I think you're really going to gain for it. So be right back after this. Tonight's show is just a little bit different than normal. It's more of a training show towards social media recruiting, so I'll be nice and calm about it. It's really some good information. And what I always tell people in staffing, and some of them don't listen, I say, do you want to win? Simple. Do you want to win against your competition? Oh, hey, Anne-Marie, my first customer, she's always there. It's good to see you as always. But are you tired of being short-staffed? I mean, I'm not going to say that this is the cure, but let me tell you, it'll get your candidates that you need. You want to take them from the other companies. It's simple. If we have that account, which we're opening an office up in, hey, Tuvia, how you doing, sir? We're going to be opening an office up in Bethlehem, and it's game on. When I say that if we need candidates, we're going to take them from you. Simple. Forklift drivers, I'm going to take them from you. If you're in the Bethlehem and Easton area, I'm going to take them from you too. There he is. He wants to win. But in all seriousness, if you listen to some of this, it really makes sense. Wow. Hey, Rob, how you doing? All the way in Pennsylvania. Stay positive tonight. The first thing that a lot of people make mistakes, and even in the corporate world, and it's not your fault, for marketing, it really isn't. It's just because you haven't been trained or taught like everything else. And the biggest mistake in small business and bigger business is if your business is actually verified. So right here, you can see if you don't verify your business and put all your tax ID, you don't take that, you don't put in your social security number, your business name, you are going, let me get out of that. You are going nowhere. It might look like you are, but it's not being seen. I can tell you for a fact, the ads, you're not being seen if you don't verify your business. So if you set up a small business, again, in a corporation, you have to get it verified. If you don't, forget it. It's done. And that's just part of it. The next thing that really, really is the best thing about it, and Tuvia knows, is your budget. So on this part here, Business Suite is your main board. Business Suite is it. That's your top board. It has all the information on it that you want, everything. That's all you need. It's got your calendars, it's got your budgets, it's got your videos, it's got your ads, it's got the amount you want to spend, the demographics, the gender, interest, all in one. And we're going to talk about that. But the budget is one of the most important, is right here. This is daily budget of $20 on this one when you're creating its ads. So if you've never seen this stuff in front of you for a recruiter, then it's not doing it right. I'm just telling you, it's the truth here. But you want to put a budget, I'd say in the Lehigh Valley, 10, 20 bucks. That's it, a day. And you're not even going to spend that. It's right here. You put your daily budget, your campaign bids, an A/B test on here. Social media for businesses is awesome because you can run 4 or 5 ads all at one time. And it's an A/B test. So what's going to happen is it's social media is going to find out Facebook is which the best one that's going to choose to say, maybe it's a color, maybe it's a better image, but it's going to show you what ad is running the best. So that's great insights, because let it go. Don't touch it. Let Facebook, if Facebook says that it's working better, pretty much you go with Facebook. Just saying. Anything that they say is new, you go for it. Whether you like it or not, you have to do it. So set your budget, your test, and you're going to create your ad, and we're going to go through that. So the next thing that a lot of people do not know, and it's not, again, is the settings on your settings page. There he is. Go for the kill, take no hostages. That's the truth. And Tubi, you know me. It's all about getting your message out from us to the client and candidate. So if we're on social media all the time, if somebody's only making $15 an hour in Bethlehem and we pick up a client that's paying $18, it's no brainer. Those ads will specifically go after those candidates and say, hey, come on down with us. We're paying $18 an hour, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Hey, stay for 3 months. Doesn't take no brainer, right? No brains. That candidate, I don't care. If we have our clients, they're number one. I don't care about 3 or 4 companies all around me. Nothing. They're fair game. All those candidates, all surrounding area, Easton, Bethlehem, when we open that office up in Bethlehem, they're all fair game. If we get our message out, you win. So whether or not, when this unemployment, everybody says, when this friggin' unemployment's done in September, everything's going to change. It's not. Peak season's coming up. It's not. I can tell you already, you can bring back another couple hundred to 1,000 people in Lehigh Valley, and you're still going to be short-staffed regardless. So the end game is you want to get those candidates that you want, whether they're working at another site. So that's the end game. But here, a lot of people make mistakes in settings. This is a list. Again, if you haven't seen it, I mean, you have everything from your page info, messaging, events, notifications, preferred page audience. Oh my God, there's so many stuff on here. Featured. If your settings are not set up correct, you're going to fail. You're going to lose. Simple. If you don't know how to set your page up, you are going to lose. I can't say it. You don't. You don't get your business verified. You set a budget and you get your settings all started up. Because if you don't have them set right, guess what? It doesn't work. Don't tell anybody, but it does not work. But if you haven't seen these, and I tell people in marketing and, and some small businesses, if you don't learn this, everybody says, Facebook doesn't work. Oh, you don't get candidates. That's bull. Do this properly, and you're going to get 5 to 10 more candidates than the other competitor. It's a fact. That message is getting to them. The next thing is what I like about is your trends. You need to run your ads, but you need to see the results. What's happening with your ads? Is it, what's going on? So here in Business Suite, you have a little bit charts here. It gives you all your trends, overview, but you can see the graphs where it's going. So when you look at that, what spiked it? What made it go up? Maybe it was a holiday? Did you make a great ad? Did your something happen to make those trends change right here? It just, you got to figure it out. So you go back and do your research and say, hey, like the show I did about being fired, it's always number one, because it's a subject that it can relate to people. Top 10 reasons why you're going to get fired. That thing's really going. It's just part of it. So you've got to find something that interests the candidates and employees. Just like now, if you're not a recruiter, and sometimes I hope some people watch this that do, because it's long, but you're going to learn something. So if you look at this, you'll understand what I'm saying. So the next thing is what I like about is all the different features on Business Suite. Now this here, it shows you everything. This is your main page right here. It shows your accounts, your business, Google, line of business, registration, safety, all your payments, your notifications, your event manager, business suite, your business settings, ads manager. And this is one of the most important thing when you're looking at this, because if you don't know all your features, again, you're going to lose. You're going to struggle. The main point here is to get candidates from another company to you. Again, our clients, when we open up in Bethlehem, I don't care. I know right where to go, and I know right where to get the candidates, and our message will get to them so they come to work for us. That's what's going to happen. So we're going to pull the candidates from other spots. Some of the ones, like I always like to go after the bigger companies. I got enough to spare. You go after the big ones, and you all know the names. I don't want to get into it, but there's huge warehouses in Bethlehem. That's where you're picked. That's where you want to get your candidates from. They're miserable. Majority of them in those companies they go through such high retention because they're miserable. They either say they don't treat them right, the pay's not as good, or they treat them like a number. They're the candidates when you look on social media that you want to go after. Go after the ones that aren't happy, and they're usually in the bigger companies, the corporates. So that's where, if you're looking at you need 100 candidates, go right there. Go to those big ones and just target those big companies behind the scenes. They're going to come. They're going to be on their lunch break going, are you only making $15 an hour? Hey, come on over here. They're gone. They're going to come over and get hired for you because they want the bonus too. So the features is a great start. And again, if you have not seen this, I'm going through them quicker tonight, but if you're not seeing this, if you don't know what it is, then you've never utilized social media correctly. That's just a fact. And I hear people all the time, well, it doesn't work. Well, share it. You can share it to 10 different job boards. And I'm telling you, it goes nowhere. You might get a few. But if you really want to go after the right candidates, utilize these tools. So the next one, what I like is it's the campaigns. Nope. Let's see, the customer. Oh, okay. So here, what I want to show you is these are all the new ads that I'm running. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ads. These are the ones that you want to see. You put your budget, you run it for 7 days. You'll see how much engagement you get. That there is your whole brain, if you want to say, right in there of how much money you're spending and how your posts are doing. Because if they're not doing well, you're going to see that. You're not going to get the connections. Listen, now I would be happy on social media if I wanted forklift drivers. I would be happy about 4 a day. 4 good forklift drivers. You're not going to get 15, 20 in one day. It's just, unless you're paying so much, but I would be happy within 8 hours to get 4. And they're always working somewhere else, or again, they're not working. So that's where my range is. Within a couple hours, I should get that message out to them so they can want to come to work for us. I tell them, I don't care. Leave on your break. After work, come on over. We'll get you working. Again, do you want to win? If you want to win, you'll learn these different features, and you might turn out pretty good with it. And a lot of people say, why do I tell people and show them this? Because I'm giving the secrets. You know what? There's a lot to learn on here. You're not going to learn it in one day. You're not going to learn it in 4 weeks. It takes a while to really figure this out, because every friggin' time you turn around, they change it again on you over and over. Facebook does, and they add another feature. Calendars, your ATS, you might as well put your ATS right in there. You can do that. I mean, there's so many different things. And when I say here, the campaigns, these are more campaigns that I was running, traffic campaigns. There's all different things. If you want traffic, that means it's going out to everybody, right? It's as many people as it can. But if you want targeted, you're going to target specific, like logistics. You want to go after logistic forklift drivers. You want to go after logistics picker packers. You want to go after customer service reps. It's all in there under the interest. And when you run those campaigns, you're going to start seeing the results for it. So here, there's a bunch of them going. Now, 3 of them are turned on, 4 of them are turned off. This is what I look like for all the engagement. If you keep looking at your insights every day, every 2 to 3 days, you'll make your adjustment. once it's gone through the learning process. It takes like 7 days to 10 days. Don't touch your ad. Let it go. It'll even say on there that it's learning. Go get that 25-mile radius, forklift drivers, interest, whatever you want to put on our demographics. It's learning. So let it go. If you're only putting down $5 a day, $10, that's all it's going to spend. So if you're prepared to spend $100, let it go. And you'll end up doing very well on that. The next one here, when you're creating an ad, here's creating an ad for human resources. I had an ad running out for human resources managers. It gives you your job description, different displays here. Again, this is pretty intimidating looking, but if you look, this is going to native ads, which native ads are the ones that you always see on Facebook ads. You'll see them up to the right, up in the corners, all that right here. You'll get them. Nope, not that one. You'll get them all over. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 15 placements where that's going to go. So I have an issue here. There shows a triangle up here. So I have to figure out and what the error is. So it tells you if you're doing it wrong, it won't go anywhere. It's going to show up a red dot thing up there, and it won't activate your ad. It's going to say an error. So guess what? You got to fix it. You don't fix it, you're going to lose. It's simple as that, and you're going to struggle. So again, sorry, here we go. Look at this. You put your headlines. You are designing these ads. You're creating these ads for your company by what you want to say. A lot of people just don't post the jobs correctly. It's just like a rush. There's no thought process inside of it. You got to get creative. You probably have somebody on your team that has really good ideas. The engaging photos. A lot of people will tell you, oh, we can't use Google images. We'll get sued and all. No, it's not. If you go to Google, you drop down a little arrow. It shows the ones that you're licensed that you're allowed to use. Simple. It says it right there. And then some people will say, well, you got a lot of people that it's, you got to worry about security and privacy, right? My favorite saying is if you're worrying about that, if you're in a corporation, send it to the cloud where you back everything up. Send it. Send all your friggin' stuff that knows about you and your company. Do you really believe? Do you know what the freaking cloud is? Do you know where the cloud is and what is being seen? Because every single thing we do, every day, it goes to the cloud. You're backing it up. Not a lot of people know what the cloud is. Where is it? Up there? It's up to you. You can think about it. But when it comes to privacy, good luck with that one because you're done. I say it respectively, but nothing's private these days. Nothing. So everything that you do, it's going to work. I mean, it's not going to work. So here on this next one is you get to preview your own ads. You get to preview all your ads here. All the different size, Instagram, every single thing you want. And look at those engaging photos. So you're designing that ad. So it's so awesome because you go from here, and you go from here. So you look at it all. This is going to set you out from when you go on that Bethlehem Lehigh Valley site. God, there's like 15. It's the same ads over and over. And I don't even want to approve them. I'm one of the admins on there. It's like, for God's sake, change it up a little bit. Forklift driver, come on down. Take drug test. We'll walk right in. We'll have you next day. No drug screen. No background check. Come on down. Come on. Put a little friggin' effort into it. Show you want that person to know where they're working. Take the time to build the ad because if you do that, you're going to take the time to get the candidates. Wow. And there's some good companies that Amazon, listen, as much as some people might not like working there, right? Amazon Prime's great, right? You get the results of it. They come to you. But they do some great ads. It's not all about the money either, but they just do some great ads on their marketing, and it can get you to go there. It can show you top notch. You can do the same thing on here that the other bigger companies are doing, and you're going to get the same results. Because if I took that money that they spend for their radio ads and all those big billboards, you would be, I can't even tell you, if you took $1,000 in one day, those billboards even a lot more than that, you wouldn't even need that billboard because half of them don't even freaking read the thing I'm going to ride by. They don't. But you put that money in an ad, just smile on my face because I know what it'll do. But here's where you're previewing and you're all ready to go. All right. Next one. I hear it all the time. Well, set yourself a radius for your ads. Say like a 25-mile radius, because it's going to hit 30, 35 anyway. So you're going to check this one out. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it on here, but you can, let's see, photo call to action. Nope. Hold on one second. Oh, I was there. There we go. Demographics. Check this out. It might be hard for you to see on a phone, but here's your demographics. You can go, I have this at Easton, 15-mile radius, my age, gender, everything. I know where the circle is. Do not put, if you're in Easton, do not put Easton, Allentown, Bethlehem, Albertus, all that on one ad. Your circles are going to cross each other. And it makes it harder for Facebook and the demographics to reach, because it doesn't know what it's doing. It's going like this all over the place. You put one circle, 25-mile radius. Think about it. How far is your candidates going to drive? How far are they going to drive to work? So that'll give you a great idea. Hit the demographics. It tells you everything here. So once you start putting all your interests in, this little arrow up here, I know it's probably hard to see, audience definition, that needle will move either higher or lower. So if you're in Albertus, Pennsylvania, or Brenningsville, right, and you're running an ad for a forklift driver, I'm just using that as an example, and you type in warehouse logistics and you type in forklift, that needle goes down. You're like, whoa, it's extended out to 30 miles. It goes up a little bit. Add a couple different interests. If that thing don't get around 12 o'clock, you know that staffing is going to be hard in that area. So I'm telling you, I don't care what anybody says. These insights, they're pretty accurate, and they can tell, because when you take it to a company or an area that you don't know, when a client would call us, I'd be like, all right, let me just do this. I'd be like, oh, Jesus, that's going to be hard to find people. They're out in a friggin' cow field, and that's the problem, because they're all out there, and how are you going to get them? So you might have to run the ad 10, 15 miles out further. You got no choice. And you're going to hope that they're going to drive there. So if you're going to raise your rates, that's where you're going to utilize your ads to convince those people in Allentown that want to go all the way to Albertus or Macungie. How are you going to get them from a cornfield or cow field, whatever you want to freaking call it? They build these things in the middle of a field and there's nobody around. That is on them, because I don't know what they're thinking. Whoever, when they're up in Macungie and like Albertus area, you're crazy. There's nobody around. If you're paying $12 an hour, you're going to drive an hour to work. That's why the highest turnover is in that area up there, because they're paying low, right? People leave. They walk in one day, 2 days, they leave. It's too far of a drive, and $12 an hour, I'm sorry, just ain't cutting it. If you've all wanted, well, not y'all, people wanted $15 an hour for minimum wage, you got it. You got the 15 now, so enjoy it. Enjoy it. Some of the people wanted $15 an hour. Well, I say it all the time. When you go to McDonald's and you spend $25 for two people, good luck with that, because that's what they wanted, was $15 minimum wage. Good luck. It's going to get harder and harder, because I predict during peak season, you're going to see companies come out and say, right around September, you want to work for a holiday bonus? We're going to give you $2,000 towards your holiday. Come work for us. They're not going to raise the rates up. I predict maybe 21 to 22, 23 at the most. I don't think, I've seen one company that pays 25 now. I'm talking about for seasonal people, but seasonal, you got to pay everybody else the same thing. So if you didn't raise your rates up, you can't pay seasonal people more than what you have there for your candidates. Good luck with that, because you're going to struggle on that. The next thing after the demographics is your objective. Like, what do you want? Do you want, let me find it here, develop objectives. So here you have a bunch of different things: traffic, engagement, video views, lead generation, messages, brand awareness, reach. You have to decide what you want. You have to decide it. What do you want? Do you want 10 people to respond to me? Do you need 100 people? I want this to go out to every single person. Maybe you have a job that everybody can do, because if you just put on there and you don't put interest, you better be prepared to spend that $25, $50, whatever, just like that. because it's going to go out to everybody's Facebook feeds, the ones that don't even want to see it. If I run an ad, why do I want it on my Facebook page, our business page, I'm sorry, for our friends to like it? Oh, wow, let's like it. Cha-ching. There you go. The money's gone. Don't pay for the ads that you don't want people to do that. It's like Indeed and Career Builder and all the job boards, right? For logistics and all that, Indeed's kind of iffy, like for forklift drivers, and you can get some. I'm not going to say you're not going to get applications. You're going to pay through, where? You're going to pay a lot of money for these ads on Indeed and Career Builder when you can get people off of social media for a better ROI. It's just a fact. Your return on investment is going to be higher. It is a little bit more expensive now. I'm going to say that your cost for an ad is going to go up over $1 extra. So if it was $2, it's going to be $3. Seems like social media is raising the prices too as it goes. They're increasing. But if you're trying to get 15, 25 employees, what's a $500, $600 to $1,000 to spend? You're going to give out 10,000 in bonuses. What's a little bit more matter? And you're going to get the right candidates. So the objective is the most important part, engagement. The video ads. I am telling you, if you are not creating video ads for 30 seconds a clip and paying to boost them, all your demographics and what you're looking for, you're crazy. I can give you got to find somebody within your office that's working for you that can run those videos to reach all the candidates. Because they see the real you. They know who you are. Listen, if I'm showing you stuff here that you've never seen in recruiting and marketing, it's because I know it. It's taken years to learn this. It drives you friggin' nuts every single time. And you're just like that business page, your person. You're going up and down. What the hell? They're doing this now. What'd they do that for? They canceled this for. Holy Jesus, Lord. That's what I'm talking about. So you're a mess. And then the social media is a mess. But once you learn it, you get it figured out, and you really want to, if it takes you 2 hours to design an ad, I'm sorry, it's so worth it. If you have a recruiter that's very, very engaging to do a 30-second video and then spend the time with all this, right? Spending all the time with all of this, you know what? They're the ones that are going to get the candidates. It's a fact. Next thing, I have 2 more. So let's see, saved audiences. This is great. So you can see all these audiences. Let's see, Office Space, mechanics, forklift, Nestle, sorry, Chris, Reading, PA, forklift, housing. So these are all audience that I've saved. So when you run 10 days, and there might be hundreds and hundreds of people that clicked on that or have applied. What you want to do is save the audience when it's all done. Save it. There, you click it. You run it for everybody that lives in the area, everybody that looked at it, everybody that tapped on it. It doesn't friggin' matter. It doesn't matter what they've done, right? Just save that audience, right? Because now your next ad, you're going to be boosting the hell up. You're going to take it up 2 notches. You're going to take that ad that everybody saw that while you're on your couch, 6 o'clock, right? You're eating dinner. If you've seen that ad, well, guess what? Your next ad, you're going to see that around the same time. It's going to know everything about you. Everything about you is known on social media. It knows what you eat. It knows where you're at. So why not get that ad to go out to the right friggin' person? It's going to take you a little bit. It's going to take you 2 to 3 hours to learn how to do an ad properly. But if you do it correct, can you imagine what happens when you spend all this time, right? You spend all this time really getting into it. You are going to succeed over the competitor down the street. Because I've told you before, I don't care who I work for. Whoever I work for is going to get the candidates. I don't care. I will do what it takes. I will take those companies, the bigger ones, and pluck them right out of there. Just pluck them. I need 10. Let's just go in there and grab 10. And you really want to say, hey, just make sure you tell those guys, hey, Dave said thank you. Just be a wise ass. Oh, Dave says thank you, because we just took 10 of your employees because you're paying $1,000 for a 3-week assignment. They don't care. I don't care. I'm going to take a good candidate, take them from there, and make our client happy. It all matters to me. I don't care about anybody else. It's just the truth. You want to win or do you want to lose? Do you care what people think or don't? You know what I mean? It's your choice. If you want to spend the money and spend the time to learn from all these procedures, you're going to win. The next one, this is it. Oh, yeah, next one, 2.2. So this one here, we talked about, this is where you collect all your information. Again, your website, your activity, your Instagram, your events, your Facebook page, your listings, your lead forms, your videos. Every single thing is coming into this little friggin' circle here, all your information. So again, think about that. Every single thing here is what you're going to do. And this is the brains right here where you're going to make an audience off of this. You might want to take only people that have visited your website. That's it. Save an audience. You might only want to take people that did watch the video. You can do that. But the best part about that is, get this. So when you have your one audience, it's kind of like dollar store, Five and Below, Walmart, and you just keep climbing, right? If you boost that ad and add about 1 to 2%, it's a nice line here. It's got a little 1 to 10. I've never gone to a 10. It will find the next level up. Like, say if you're looking for a supervisor, right? And somebody just clicked on that. If there is a supervisor in your friends list or wherever, they're going to find it and they're going to send that ad to that candidate because it's going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Listen, I believe 8, 9, 10%. That's probably one of the highest that you're ever going to see. I've never, because it costs you a lot more when you put that on there. But think about it. You got to build your ad to success. You just want it to go up and up. When you start dipping down, you watching your insights, you're doing something wrong. Because 2 or 3 days off of social media that you're not doing something, that's where you're going to lose. You're going to lose it. Listen, do I feel like doing a video every night? No, not every night. I'm doing a little bit earlier tonight so I still have some work tonight to do for tomorrow. But stay consistent, your company, whether you want to or not. I've told them, even over a holiday weekend, you can post. A lot of people say, don't you sleep? And I'm like, yeah, I utilize this right here, Hootsuite. I've told people. This whole thing looks crazy, but it's the brains of my social media, between the YouTubes, Instagrams, 2 business Facebook pages, Twitter. Every single thing is on there. And that's the best thing about, oh, geez, I just saw you, Steve. There he is, the man sitting behind the library. Sorry, Steve, I saw you were over there. Oh, yeah, you're watching. So, but lost my train of thought there. Oh, yeah. So Hootsuite's great. A lot of companies will say, well, we can't utilize it. You're friggin' crazy, man. If you're a branch manager, you can pay. I don't care what people say. I laugh because I'm like, yeah, right. You're a corporation. You can't use another corporation's product, right? Look at that. That means you can schedule out. Get this. And I'm almost done here. This is it. So when I post an ad tonight, I'm going to set them up for tomorrow, right? I let social media pick Hootsuite when to post it. Yeah. A lot of people just post it right away. That's useless. Don't just post an ad right away and post it unless you're not going to get as much engagement. You might get some, but what happens is when these are the brains here, right? They're the brains that know when to send your audience out. Like right now, if I was to put an ad at 8:20, I'm going to say I'd run it. I still know about 10:30. I'm going to get one more hit. So if I don't want anything to go out tonight, I won't do it, because if I do, it's not going to be seen by 11 o'clock, 12. But those people at 10:30, when they get up in the morning and they're sitting checking their phones, that's where that's going to hit them right there. 10:30 at the latest, will come in by 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. It'll hit. The other top time is 9:10, or for some reason 9 a.m., 9:10 a.m. Who knows? But that is one of the most top. One around 1 o'clock, sometimes at 11:10, and 3 o'clock, not till like 5. You can tell when you know where your ads are. I know my audience. All right. I've been doing this long enough. Everybody's on these pages. I know because I look at the insights and it shows me when you are watching. Like right now, if this was an ad for social media, I have everybody on here. I can send my ads out and target, save the audience, and then target you the next day. So I believe, oh my God, I believe that's it. So, hey, Steve, Tuvia, Rob, Anne-Marie, geez, a couple other people watching. Thanks a lot for watching the show. But little bit shorter than normal. Well, still 35 minutes. But listen, if you know a recruiter, if you know somebody struggling with recruiting, have them watch the video, share it. And what I've said here is if your branch manager or your boss's boss or nobody's ever heard of this versus just like, why aren't you getting candidates? Well, we're posting on social media. I know Steve. Steve posts all the time and does live videos. And even though he's in Utah, but he gets that engagement by his videos. Man, they just flock to him because they know him. They know him personally, just like myself. They get to know him and they trust him. So the people that you're trying to send your ads to, they trust you. Why? Because they're watching you. I've seen some ads, and I'm going to let you go after this, but some ads are just bad. They are. You wonder why when you put, hey, come on down, you put like, we're hiring for this, this, text. That's it. No thought. I always say, hey, where are you going to work tomorrow? I don't know, honey. It just says, come on down. Think about, create a good ad, put some time into it. Don't always put the money in there. I know that sounds crazy, but you want to kind of sell the job. So if somebody's really interested, why not get them to come to you and say, well, what's it paying? Think about that. What's it paying? They want to, you've shown them the interest of that job. Wow. Let's just use Coca-Cola and Pepsi. I wonder what Coca-Cola's paying. I'm going to message, I'm going to call, right? So this way, if they don't like that job, then you can say, you know what? But we have 3 other companies for other positions. If you like to pay, look at them. The percentage of the time, they'll say, oh, that's great. Because you want to funnel all those candidates in. You want those recruiters to have that phone nonstop. Sorry. That phone needs to be ringing. Those messages need to be coming in. Those text messages need to be going and going and going. Constant contact needs to be going and going and going. Video resume screening is going and going. All those things, Instagram, Twitter, all that, no TikTok crap, whatever that is. If you want to dance, or I don't know. Sorry, Steve, I know you like TikTok, but I still don't get it. If you want to dance at home or on Facebook. But if you want to really change someone's life and show them there's another opportunity, that's what I'm talking about. So on that note, everybody have a great night. And as always, I love playing this video at the end. Have a good night.